Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I am working on Tina's mask makes. This is day 29 for me. I'm doing them, as I've said in past videos, I'm doing them in 100 days. She has 100 of them. So let's get started. Today's is double envelope pockets. She said she got this from Crafty Cat. I think her name is Amy. Crafty Cat's name. As always, I will leave Tina's playlist linked in my description box. Sorry, guys. It's been a rough couple of days. So day before yesterday, I was doing all those videos that I was filming ahead before I went on my trip, which when I'm filming this video, I haven't left yet. I had an extra day. I thought our check-in was a day sooner than it was. So I got all the videos recorded that I needed to cover my week, and I got them edited and they are scheduled to go out. So you will not have a gap in the week while I'm gone. I was cheering for myself. Yay! I just thought I would film a couple of extra before I left, if I have the time. And this is, as I said, this is day 29, and it is double envelope pockets. So you're supposed to tuck, you get 2 envelopes the same size, and then you tuck one envelope flap inside the other envelope, like that. Okay? The hard part is when you put the glue on there. So, because you saw how hard it was to slip it in there just with no glue on it. So let's go ahead and do this hard part. And then if I can keep things from falling all over the place. And then we will, move along to the next bit, which is covering them. So I'm going to put glue all over this flap, the back of the flap. So, how's everybody doing? Are we still Christmas shopping? Did you get all your deals during the Cyber Monday and the Black Friday and all the sales that were going on? Did you get deals? Are you still finding deals? I think some places still have stuff on sale. I mean, I feel like all of Christmas season is like one big sale. Okay, so we're going to push it down in there. I don't know. Get it all the way to its seam. Uh-oh. There we go. It's a tough sell. Once you've got glue on that flap, it just wants to stick wherever you lay it. So sliding it into the envelope is a tough sell. Okay? So we're going to stick that down, and you want to make sure your envelope is still open. All right? And it doesn't really matter which kind of envelope you use. So you notice these are the kinds with the straight flaps. Because the envelope itself is not going to be the open part of your pocket. So, let's glue this piece down. If I get the air bubbles out of my glue bottle. So anyway, yeah, I haven't left for my trip. Technically, from the day I'm recording this, I leave tomorrow. When you're seeing it, I am back. But, being not a time traveler, I cannot tell you how the trip went yet. It's the only problem with filming ahead of events. But I was excited to get enough done to cover my time gone. Now, so that's the first step, is kind of getting your envelope glued together. And as you can see, these are great for sewing in, tucking in. This envelope happens to be 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. So this is a good one to sew in as a folio in a book. Some of your smaller envelopes you could do this with. You might glue them to the page as a tuck, and then it'll have a pocket. But having said all that, I measured my envelopes ahead of time because I'm the measury type. So we are going to cut ourselves some paper to go on our envelope. I'm going to cut this into 2 5.5-inch strips. I'm going to do it if I turn it this way because I need my little kick out thing. It's nice having a trimmer here. You guys don't have to watch me do all that measuring stuff I usually do with the ruler and the cutter and all that. All right, so 5.5. I want to give it a little bit of room, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then I'm going to go this way and say 5.5. Actually, I don't suppose it matters. It doesn't matter. 5.5. I did that on one for this already. I cut it too short because I was saying, I do that all the time. I say 8 3/4, but I sit it at the 7 3/4 mark and I can still see the 8. So in my brain, I'm saying 8 3/4 because I'm a genius. Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. I know I just talked about it, but I don't want to talk about it. Okay, and then we're going to go the 8 3/4. I'm going to knock down. Instead of knocking down 1/4 of an inch, I'm going to knock it down by 1/8 of an inch. Let's do it right this time. 8 3/4 back 1/8 of an inch. I like the fact that this has little 1/8 marks on it. Okay, and then I've got that little card. And we have this. And these, of course, especially for these big ones that you're going to sew in, these, of course, do not have to match, right? I mean, you could, because if you're sewing it in, there may very well be pages between these, so they don't have to be the same. 3/4 and back 1/8. Oops. And I'm gonna, all right, and there's another card. I'm gonna set that off to the side. Who knows? It may get used in the decorating. Okay, so let's put this away for the moment. Who knows? I might need it in a bit. And we're gonna take this and we're gonna glue our pieces down. Now, I wanted a little bit of a border. Not giving me much. Okay, I'm gonna put it on this side. And you want to put it all the way up against without interfering with your crease. Okay, so you're going to have a gap here. But that's okay, because that's where we're going to open the pocket up. Because you're going to glue this down back here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to glue this down to the entire envelope, except for this part. You don't want to glue it down to the inside, this inside part. So we're going to glue all over the envelope and then along the bottom of your piece. So let's go ahead and do that so you can see what I'm talking about. So just listening to me kind of try and describe it. So I definitely want it glued around all the edges of the envelope. I don't want it to catch on anything. Okay, and then to seal it, we're going to do the bottom. Just right along the bottom edge, or the side edge, or however you want to look at it. And that goes right in your crease. Get it positioned where you want it. And down it goes. Okay. As you saw, what I'm using is scrapbook paper. You can use, whatever you want to cover your envelopes. You could use a relatively neutral background and then collage on it. You could do book page. You could do coffee dyed or dyed paper and make it journaling surface. You can, and of course you're going to have another side. So whatever you want to do with this side. I might have tucked that in a little too close. But there we go. Okay, so that's one down. And then we'll glue the other one down on the other side. I like these. I've made these something similar to this before. This is great as just a, put it together and use it as a folio to sew into a book. I think it makes a great page ad to a journal. So, yeah. And like I said, I have not watched Crafty Cat's version of this. So Tina says that that's where she got this idea from. And I think in Tina's video, if you go to Tina's, if you find one of Tina's versions of this, she links Amy's video. So if you want to follow that little chain, you can go see Amy do this as well. Oh, and I need to put glue along this edge. Okay. So right down here. I kind of want to make it even with the one on the other side, but I feel like the envelopes aren't necessarily lining up properly, so I don't know if that's going to work exactly. Okay, so down right along there. Okay, so that gets the that gets them covered, right? And then what we do is we take the, well, I'm going to take my trimmer, and I'm just going to put this in here, and we're going to go right along this edge and cut the end of that envelope open. And there is your pocket. Okay, nice big pocket. Okay, and then you're going to do that on the other side. Whoa. It's not lining up right for some reason. There it goes. I don't know what the heck I keep doing, but I keep pushing on something and making it either that or I didn't glue it down straight. That's always a possibility. Okay. And there we have the pocket on that side. So you've got these two big, huge pockets, which, like I said, is why you only want to glue that bottom edge of the scrapbook paper down. You don't want to seal that opening of the envelope because it is also part of your pocket. I don't know if you can see down in there. You can see the white of the scrapbook paper. So it's part of your pocket in there. Okay. And there you have it. So there's your little folio. And like I said, you can sew these in. You can, however you want to, you could even turn them the other way, put them in your book like that. So however you want to use them. And that's what we're making today. So let me get some of the other ones out. Now, whenever I was talking about, I originally cut, these were supposed to go on here and I cut them the wrong size this way. So I found some envelopes that they will fit on and we're going to put them on here. So let me find out how big these are. Okay, they're just over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're just over 5 inches wide, like 5 1/8. So hang on a second, guys. I'm having an allergy attack. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so they're about 5 1/8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 1/4. 5 1/8 by 7 1/4. Okay, let's get our 7 1/4 off of each one and figure out. I know I want to cut this one 7 1/4. I know I'm going to cut my bottom off of this one this way. So 7 1/4 we're going to take to 7 1/8. Maybe I should just do it at 7 so that I have more of a frame. Take a 1/4 inch off. No, it's going to be more than that, but okay. So that little strip. We're going to see if we can put more of a frame on this one. And then we're going to cut it to, what did I say the envelope was? 5 1/8. So we're going to cut it to 4 7/8. I'm going to cut it to 4 3/4. Ooh. I don't want to cut off the front of the train. Man. Okay. Let's trim down some on this side, and maybe I can trim some on the other side, and we can make it meet in the middle. I don't really want to trim the train off. There were some things I didn't mind, but I was trying to keep some things. Okay, the back of the car I'm all right with. Like that. Okay. It did take off the word voyage, though. Man. Oh, jeez. My husband, everybody's upstairs watching a football game. So, I apologize if you hear little outbursts in the background. They're also playing with my dog. I really need to get this blade replaced. Can you guys see all those little fuzzies sticking out? Or does it just look like I'm... I don't know. Anyway, okay. That's that one. And then for this one... What did we say? 7 inches. So we're going to go 7 inches this way. I lost the watch, but I have one in the middle. Okay. Those should fit this envelope. And I don't think I'll have to cut anymore, but I'm going to leave this handy because you never know. All right. So here's our envelopes. Let's put our envelope flaps together. As you can see, these are a pointed version. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this flap, and we're going to tuck it in the other envelope. This is probably the hardest part. And of course, depending on how you make your papers to cover your envelope, Tina just kind of lays them on top and folds the edges, and you know how she is. She doesn't really pull out rulers and measures or anything. She just kind of cuts by eye. Does a great job. All her stuff turns out amazing. But she does it all by eye, whereas I'm more the measury type. So, all right, let's see if I can get this in here without too much trouble. Haha, that's kind of funny. All right, I think I got that one in there. Yeah, this I will say is probably the hardest part of this project. Is getting these to tuck inside each other, or getting the one to tuck inside the other. Okay, and then we'll glue this flap on. This one's still big enough. I mean, I figure any of them are big enough, no matter how big your envelope is. You could sew them in. You always have the option to sew them in. I mean, even if you're making them out of, like, I've got some of these little tiny ones. I mean, even this you could sew in technically. I feel like that one would be better suited as a pocket or something, but I mean, you could sew it in. But I feel like this one's definitely big enough to still qualify as like a decent sized page. Yeah, I like that border better. I just wanted a little bit of a border around it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this down. I think something is stuck. I don't want it to be glue because I don't want it to stick on my envelope. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know, because I don't want to, all right, well, we'll just have to make do. We'll leave it a little bit of space. Don't go all the way to the edge. And this gets a lot more space. And then when I spread the glue, maybe I can get some out there if I didn't get far enough. Sorry. If you've ever seen any of my videos, you know that if I talk too much, I tend to mess stuff up. Which is why when I'm doing things, sometimes I go totally quiet and my videos get boring. But I'm looking forward to my trip. I don't have to worry about not having enough glue out at the edge. All right, so that's that one. And then this one will go on this side. See if we can line it up relatively well. Okay, I just want to get an idea of my spacing for my glue. Okay. So my son has asked me, one of my sons has asked me, he made the comment when he was telling me, you know, ideas for him for Christmas. you know. One of the things he wants is a pair of slippers. And I was actually on, I actually went to LL Bean when they were having their, because I got this coupon in the mail, because I've ordered from LL Bean before, when they're having sales, because their stuff is nice, but it's expensive. And I had a coupon, plus it was, Cyber Monday. So I went in there and I was looking at slippers for him. And the one pair I found two pair that, I thought would be, kind of his style. They didn't look like old man house feet. They looked like something somebody younger might wear. And it was funny because, let's turn it right side up or I'm going to end up gluing this on wrong. Let's see. It's got to be this edge. Anyway, so I was looking at them, and one of them was completely sold out, and the other one, it was unavailable in all but 2 sizes, and neither of them were his size, because he's got average feet, so it's, it was a popular size, I suppose. His size is a popular size. So I didn't end up getting him slippers. And then he said something, and I didn't tell him I was shopping for him until he said something to me again. And I said, yeah, I went on LL Bean to get you slippers for Christmas, and I found a couple pairs that I wanted to get you, and I couldn't get them because they were sold out. One was sold out completely, and the other was sold out in your size. So while I'm gone this week, for lack of anything better to do, because even where we're going, it's not going to be, we're not going anywhere warm. It's not like we're going on a tropical vacation or anything. So, trimmer. Remember I said I wasn't going to need it? Yeah, well, I forgot about trimming the envelopes open. So anyway, I thought maybe I would look while I was gone and see. Who knows where we're going? Maybe they have an outlet mall or, something, and we can do shopping one of the days we're out. It is the Christmas season. I'm sure everything will be packed if we do go out shopping. But, maybe I can find him some slippers while we're gone. I was just telling my oldest son that, because he made the comment, he said, I'm really happy with most of my purchases that I've made for Christmas this year. And I said, well, good. And he was commenting on the fact, and I said, I struggle with Christmas every year now. It's not so easy as it was when you guys were kids and I could just walk into the toy section and buy you guys a bunch of toys. Because all my kids are adults now, and that doesn't work. So, yeah, we had a chuckle about it. But, yeah, it's harder, I think. Because they live at home, so it's not like I can buy them stuff for their place or anything like that. So, and of course, being that we're in a single family home and it's now full of adults instead of a family with, parents and kids, I have to be careful because, we only have so much space. I've made comments before that I'm trying to declutter, and oh my gosh, can you just stand up? I'm trying to declutter and get rid of stuff and all that. Yeah, that's an ongoing process. It's not going in. Your other option, of course, is to open this up. So if you're having struggles, you could open this up because you're going to cover this. So, if you put a crease in it or you fold it, I'm going to fold it back like that, and I'm going to open this up, and we're going to lay this in here. So if you're struggling with it like I am, here's an option. I would say you probably won't be able to do this as easily with your cheaper envelopes, just because I feel like when you're tearing them and stuff, they will rip and come apart. There's a ton of glue on this. This is going to be lumpy and bumpy. But when you're working with some of these big ones, I mean, they just don't want to. And like I said, the other thing you might do is use a PVA glue. Use something that has more slip. This is turning tacky and sticky right away, and I'm just not able to. I'm just not able to get it. Okay, I'm gonna fold it up like this, and we're gonna stick it in the crease like that. And then I'm gonna lift this flap. I'm gonna lay that down. I'm gonna lift this flap. I'm gonna lay that down. I still not get it in the crease? Okay, I did. Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna try and flatten it out some. It's raised up and I'm worried, so that's probably gonna get some masking tape since I have it open. Because with all that glue under there, it's like up off the page and it's lifting and there's a lip. So normally I would say it probably would be okay, but because there's a lip, I'm going to go ahead and put masking tape on it. Okay. Sorry guys, this one was a bit of a struggle. But I feel like sometimes when we do stuff like this and we have to make repairs or we have to do something out of the ordinary, you know, maybe we help each other out by saying, hey, you could do it this way. Or, hey, I figured out a way around this. I'm going to glue that down. Well, let's glue it on both sides at the same time. How about that? That seems like a better idea. Okay, so we're going to glue the envelope shut again on these sides, and then we'll just put our paper over top. And I think I'm going to put this one on this side. Okay, so let's put all our glue down, and then that'll get rid of that fold that's in the envelope, and you won't even know we did it. Right? So let's go ahead and get this one done, and I bet it'll look just as beautiful as the one we did before. And you won't even know what we did. And this glue on my fingers is driving me crazy. I know. How can I be a crafter if glue drives me crazy? I would say that my teenage daughter, well, she's only a teenager for another couple of months. Then she becomes, she turns 20. And, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like these days 20-year-olds and teenagers are still about the same. But she does have a good job. She does, drive a car that she bought. Is that the one I wanted to put on there? I don't think that's the one I wanted on there. I want this one on here, right? Okay, so I want glue. I let it run back down the bottle. Just on the bottom edge. And down she goes. There's a part of me that isn't sure how to decorate this one. Just because it's already got really nice flowers on it. So, I don't know. But I suppose something will come to me. Alright, then we'll put this one on here. I feel like I could have shopped like Etsy or something for like really cool gifts this year, but I always feel like I'm worried that, especially the later into December it gets, when I get these ideas to do this stuff, it's too late because I'm worried that it won't come in time for Christmas. which is why I'm really frustrated with myself about not getting journals out before I went traveling. Because now if I get journals out as last minute Christmas ideas, I mean, if somebody orders one, I would do my best to get it packaged and out the door, but I can't guarantee that the post office would get it to wherever it's going in time, unless somebody wanted to pay for, guaranteed priority something shipping. So I don't know. I'm upset. I've decided that I opened my shop and I hit the ground running. I got some kits out. I did some stuff. And then I got bogged down by Christmas because I had a list of things I wanted to do and I didn't get any of them done. So what I'm figuring is, now that I've got my shop open and I have a better idea of how long it takes me to do things, I'm going to plan ahead. So like if I want to do something special for, say, something with a romantic theme for February, maybe I start working on it now. And then it'll be released by February, rather than waiting until February and trying to release it, or waiting until mid-January and then trying to release whatever I'm trying to release. So I'm going to start trying to give myself a plan, a better plan, and see how I do. So yeah. That's my idea for that. I don't know how well it's going to work, but that's why this year, I mean, if anybody's been over to my shop and you're not seeing any Christmas stuff, that's kind of why. I kind of got myself behind the 8 ball and I didn't plan real well. So instead of working on something Christmas, I think I'm going to work on, I started something Christmas and I might release it next Christmas. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is working on something, trying to get something winter out, because I still have plenty of winter left, and something romantic out, and I'll try to get something, I'll try and get to it ahead of time. Get the kits done and release them prior to whatever season. And I suppose kits don't have to connect to the time of year. I could release certain kinds of kits that are themed, don't have to go out at any particular kind of year. But I feel like there are certain topics or whatever that seem to be more popular at particular times of year. Like obviously beach things seem to be more popular in the summer. Okay, so that's another one. All right, so we've got 3 done. Let's do a little one. Okay, I have 2 with this pattern on it. I have one with pointy flaps and one with not pointy flaps, and I have, these envelopes are thinner. Okay, guys, here we go. Like I said, this is probably the worst part. I know I keep saying it, but anyway. So by the time you're seeing this, it's going to be like less than 2 weeks to Christmas. 10 days, something like that. So yeah. Hopefully by that point, when I get back from this trip, I'm hoping to have all my stuff bought so that hopefully at that point, all I have to do is wrap things. I'm at the wrapping phase. One can only hope. The smaller ones, I will say, are easier. Well, at least for the pointy ones. That might be the other thing is I'm going to try those smaller ones because they're about the same size. And see how easy it is to get that flap in there. It might just be the fact that it's harder to do it with the flat flap. Because you're trying to get something that's almost the same size all the way across, all the way in. Whereas with this, you got that point and you're not getting anything that's even close to the same size as the rest of the envelope until here. So you don't get any resistance really until you get to here. Whereas with those, it's resistance all the way down. Okay. Let's put these on here. Oh, all the way to my fold. Yep. Okay. I just wanted to eyeball, make sure I measured right. All right. There is one more I wanted to show you before we get into the decorating. Oh, I keep almost forgetting the glue stripper along the bottom here. You probably hear it in the back. Somebody keeps coming up and down the stairs, but they're not showing themselves, so I don't know who it is. Okay, that's good. Like that. Yeah. There's a lot of glue on there. I don't necessarily want to drag my trimmer through that. Okay. And we'll do this one. So sorry if you saw kind of or if you're seeing little skips or merges or edits or whatever, a bunch, because I'm trying to shorten up some of that silent glue time where you're just watching me glue paper over and over again. I figure one or two and you get the idea and you don't really need to necessarily watch me glue all of them. And since I'm gluing these ahead, now when I get back to being like I'm filming it and then I'm putting it up in a couple of days, I can be a little more talkative on things that are going on because it'll be in that same time frame. Okay, we got that one done. The one I wanted to show you was this one. These are tall envelopes. So this envelope opens up here. And I thought it might be kind of fun and different to have one that runs landscape. Now these are 5 3/4 this way, so they'll still fit in a 6x6, 6x9 journal. So I thought this was, kind of cool. So we're going to give this a shot. What I was talking about with the envelopes is if you get them kind of open ahead of time, see how that's kind of sitting puffed up? All right, that seems to work if I can get, okay. This flap is longer, but it's a little more tapered. So I'm hoping that helps. Plus it's not real large. But I thought this was kind of a neat, come on, you can do it. There we go. All right, that's it. Nice. Okay, and we'll glue this one. Okay, and that's that. And then the same thing goes with this. You would put this here. I think I forgot which way I was trimming, because that's probably gonna, sometimes I think envelopes aren't folded straight even when they're done, like by machine or however these are made. I'm pretty sure it's by machine. Okay, and then I think I'm going to decorate the red and blue one just because I think I'm just going to grab some of I have some American paper, like patriotic scrapbook paper kind of a thing that I got to make an Americana journal and a 4th of July kind of an idea. And also to use in scrapbooks for 4th of July parties and whatnot, picnics, that sort of thing. So I'm going to use that, I think, on the red, white, and blue flowers. We might use some of our previous mass make pieces. That'd be kind of fun. I don't think I got that on there great, but it's good enough, I guess. Okay, so one of the places where I cut time in my videos, you'll see places where it dissolves in and out. I cut it when I'm doing the gluing, because if I'm gluing a bunch of things, like for a mass make, then I'll be doing a lot of the same thing over and over again. And I feel like you don't necessarily want to watch the repetition. So I will tend to like start the gluing and cut all of the middle part of the gluing where I'm just spreading glue on the paper. And then I will come back when I'm finishing the gluing. And then we move on to doing whatever's next or whatever, like that. So that's usually how that goes. This I don't need, this I do need. Okay, so these ones, I think this is kind of a cool idea. These like landscape ones. Because I think that's kind of neat. Now you could either decorate the back or you could glue this down in your journal as on pages as pockets or side pockets. In this case, they're going to be, oh, and now that you've glued it like this, you can open this envelope up here, or you can open it up on the ends like we've been doing. I'm going to open them up on the ends, but I mean, the top is always an option. So open up that end, just making sure. And open up that end. And there you have it. And that one's kind of landscape. So I thought that was kind of a different one. So I figured we'd play with it. All right. This is driving me crazy. I know. All right. So this was the one. Oh, I haven't opened this one yet. Let's open it and then we'll try and decorate it. I'll try to be semi-quick about it, but I'm not making any promises because, I always call it the decorating rabbit hole. Yeah, that one's a little wide. Am I going to be able to trim another little bit off of there, or are you going to be mad at me? Sometimes if I try to take a piece off that's too thin, it just kind of bunches it. Like it catches and bunches instead of actually doing what I ask it to. Okay, let me get... I can't remember how many different card things there are. I don't think I want to use that one. I kind of like that one, so maybe we'll use that one, this one. So we might use that one. And then probably not this one. Maybe that one? Maybe that one. Could have just been two from the same one, could it? No, of course not. I like to overcomplicate things. Have you met me? Okay. I am, however, going to cut these on the trimmer so that they're at least semi-straight. So we're going to cut out this card, which means we need to cut right along here. Why is none of this stuff sitting on here straight? Okay, first of all, you. Okay. Ooh, tricky. All right, I'm going to have to take this off first. I love these little jigsaw puzzles. It's like when you decide you want a piece and it's in the center. I'm going to take this off of here, though. Oh, wow. That brown and that red are like so close. Okay. And I'm going to separate these because I might use that. Okay. There's the eagle. And we're going to take this. I'm going to separate these two. I don't know. But I was thinking I could go like this. That's a lot of layering. Okay, now I have to get this one out of here. Where was that this little guy? All right, once I separate them, they're separated. I can't do anything about it. Oh, I missed. Okay. I'm staggering rectangles at this point. I don't hate this. I just feel like it needs something. No? Yes? Maybe? First thing it needs is a lot of trimming. I actually am thinking about cutting this. I'm going to cut this out. I do want to put some like lace and stuff on here and kind of jazz it up some. So just give me a second and we'll try and do the whole. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. The other thing we need is to trim the fuzzies off. So I have to see, as far as the lace is concerned, I have to see what I've got and what I can do. My glue gun is hot, so we can do some rufflings. I think we might use one of our button streamers. I made a red, white, and blue one, so we might stick that on here. Oh, somebody's wandering down the stairs again. Okay, I'm still cutting fuzzies, guys. It's like, yeah. Hopefully I'll have replaced the blade the next time I use it on film. These fuzzies get on my nerves. They mess up the look of the piece. Okay. Enough of that. Let's move this out of the way. And let me see if I can find, well, first of all, let me see if I can find the button. I did this one, right? So if I was to okay, now we get to decide whether or not we want the stars at the top or the bottom. And this side or that side. I think this side, like that maybe. I don't think I can get. Oh yeah, I can. I'm thinking something like that and then putting this here. And then I'll have to trim it. I like it. I know I've practically covered up all the flowers, but I think it makes a neat background. Okay. This too has fuzzies. So I'm going to clip these. I would love to have like a big old piece of red lace to sit that on. Let's go see what I can find. Hang on just a second, guys. Look, I found red and blue. Okay. Let's take some of this off of its header. All right, let's get out the glue gun and get this show going. So we're going to go across the top here. My head in the way. You guys see what I'm doing? I'm probably going to have to get a glue stick in a minute. We're going to cross the top like that, and we're going to lay this in it, and we're going to scrunch it. I don't know where my other scruncher is, so we're just going to use this one. I hope. Come on, you can do it. Never mind, I'll just use my fingers. They work better. Those work great as glue spreaders, but whenever I want to scrunch something and I try to use them, it doesn't work quite right. Okay. My elephant foot daughter, she is the smallest one in the house and she has the biggest feet. I am not even kidding. Okay, now do I want to put any ink on any of these? Just out of curiosity, I was wondering if everybody was done their whatever shopping that they're going to do, if they were done it. I'm wondering if it has to do with the fact that I'm putting it on other glue. That's why it gets all bubbly. I wanted to put some hot glue on there before I put this down, just so that I know it's going to stay on that lace. Okay. So we have that. Now, here we go. I think I also want to do, see, how is this going to go on here? This is going to go on here like this. But you know what I could do? What if I put, give me this. What if I put, is this wide enough? What if I put this on some lace? Let me see if I can find an end. Am I going to have to make an end because I can't find one? I've done that before. Like, didn't want to bother looking for it, so I just made my own. Okay, so my thought is, all right, and the idea being, take that off of there. And I'm going to glue it to the back of this. I know, I'm decorating the last piece that goes on the page. I got it. I'm going to glue it on here so that it sticks. I'm going to have it stick up because the red is up there, so I'll have the red stick down. Okay, and we're going to put it on here like this. I'm working at the bottom of my page, bottom of my screen where you guys can't see me. Well, you can kind of see me. So we're going to put that on there like that, and then I'm going to get a piece of the red, which I already have cut. Okay, and we're going to put red on the bottom. I know this is going to cover up more of the page, but I feel like it will be fun. Yeah, Oh, that's cute. I like the way that turned out. Okay, let me just trim this because it's not straight. I think that side looks pretty straight, so we'll keep it. Nice. All right, I need a blue. I don't think I have, well, actually, somewhere in here I think is a sapphire blue. Maybe something like that. There's Mermaid Lagoon. I thought I had like a... No, I'm coming to the end of my stuff here and I don't have... Oh, there it is. Chipped sapphire. See? I knew I had it. All right, let's get... I'm going to need a new pad. I think they're riling my dog up again. I can hear them. Okay. Okay, we'll put the blue on this one, although it doesn't have any stars on the edges, so it's just kind of whatever you see on the paper. Oh, this is probably going to be one of the longest videos I've ever shot, guys. And I'm going to have to figure out where to cut time, because, well, like I told you before, I kind of cut some in the like... Stop that. It's the way I'm holding the thing, you know, but I kind of cut some in the, like, repetitive processes. Sometimes I speed it up. You guys will have to let me know. Sometimes I worry about speeding it up because I'm worried that it will, I don't know, like, it'll be confusing to watch me doing it fast. But I only try to speed it up if I've already done like one or two regular ones. And then that way... Okay, so that's going to go on there. This takes me back to my scrapbooking days. This overlapping of rectangles reminds me of, you know, like putting pictures on a page and putting something behind them, or overlapping two pictures, or like that. Just kind of reminds me of the whole scrapbooking thing. Okay, now we have that, and we have this is going to go on here. I need my hot glue gun again. And we can trim the ribbons after it's stuck down. Or little lace pieces or whatever. Okay, it's going to go right there. Okay. Once that sticks down real good, we'll trim these pieces. Okay. And then we're going to put our little... Or should we swap them? This is too big for here. I can't put it there. I mean, I suppose I could trim it down. It doesn't have to have all of that. I could trim it down. Let's do that. And I might put this on this side because there's not as much lace on this side. I feel like that's a lot. I mean, not overdoing it a lot, but nevertheless a lot. And I want to try and get this as straight as possible. So we're going to stick it on here right about there. Nope, over a little bit. Right about there. Okay. And we'll round these. And we'll ink with this. I feel like there's already a lot of blue on that side. All right, guys, I'm almost done. So I hope you like these little double pockets. I think they're a lot of fun to do. And I'm really, excited about them. So, yeah. Give these a shot if you've got a stack of envelopes the way I do. I have a drawer. Remember those plastic bins I showed you guys a while back that I've been reorganizing my craft room with? Yeah, I have a bin full of these. I think I put that on crooked. I love it when I do that because I'm rushing. Let me clip this. I like clipped corners better than not. So even if... Oh, shoot. I say that as I totally botch this. Oh, you know what? We'll just do this. And then I'll reclip it. It'll just be closer to the stars. I was trying to rush. I already know what that gets you. All right, I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to put this down at the bottom. All right, guys, I think this is going to be it for me for this one. This was one of those ones where I tried to pre-prep, but I also tried to do as much on camera as I could. And I don't know. I guess it went okay. Ooh. Oh. You know what? I don't like it. I want this over here. I don't want that line of gold stars on top of those blue stars. And I glued that down crooked too. Guys, crafting with crooked eyeballs is a pain in the tuchus. And then we'll put this on this side. Okay, this is Fabri-Tac, so even though there's lace all over the back of this, it should hold it. Okay. I don't know that I'll do anything else to this. Oh, we do have to trim these though. Okay, let's trim this like that. And like that. And then I think we'll take this one and make a banner out of it. So we'll go like this and we'll cut it. Ready to fold, apparently. Okay, but that way that mimics this shape. And we have kind of a continuity. All right, guys. There it is. I actually like the way it turned out. I'm really happy with it. So this was these double envelope pockets. Oh no, we didn't actually make that one. We made this landscape one, which I thought was a lot of fun. And then we did these. Did I actually get this one? Yeah, we did two big ones, which could be full folios in a full-size journal. And then we did this smaller one, which I really like, going down the steampunk route. And then this one here, and I prepped this other one to do similar to this one. And I've got a couple more over here to do. And I showed you that little envelope. I want to try making a little one. But yeah, these I think will make a great addition to whatever journal you create them for. And I had a lot of fun making this one, so I hope you guys will give it a try. And I will see you tomorrow with day... Ooh, guys, we're up to day 30. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.